Hey, welcome back to Monstar Gaming. It's actually pretty exciting. I actually haven't played in a little bit, but it's exciting that I got a message on here that we have some more Alliance members. So I jumped on here, I think yesterday, and I noticed that we went basically from I think 4 or 5 Alliance members up to 14. And other than one person that hasn't been on in about 15 days or so, everybody seems to be playing. It's really exciting. So we now have enough people to do a world war. And I wanted to go over a couple of really small things to do to prepare. Because, we have players from different ranges, from very experienced all the way to semi-newcomers. So, and I mean to semi-newcomers to war. They might have been playing the game for a while, but they might not have done the wars. So, a few things that you want to do to get prepared ahead of time would definitely be. Did I just turn that off? I hope I didn't turn the microphone off. But all right. So one thing that you want to look at is your war base. So you have your town over here. You have 3 different town options that you have there. Then you have 3 different war base options that you can mess around with. So we're not going to be too crazy on this first war. We're just going to try to get a good handle for it and see how it goes. And then we're going to tweak things as we go. So this is the war base that I set up. So I'm actually just going to click on it and click edit. So this is one that I had used a while ago, and then I've expanded a little bit more. So I just kind of randomly threw stuff around. So one thing to notice when you're in this mode for the war, there are no trees, fruit trees, I mean, and there's no mines. You can't use any of the blessings. And then the main thing here is they're going to be trying to destroy your base, right? So that's how they're going to, sorry about that. That's how they're going to be getting their stars. So you want to protect your town center, and having your food production here isn't really going to do anything if they steal that, because they're not going to steal food from there. It's all about domination. So that's why I have all my food and everything else on the outsides here. So I'm going to cancel, still active. Let's jump back here. Another thing that you are going to want to pay attention to, depending on where you are in the game, is let me hit research. And I think I was just working on this a little bit ago. I think it's over here. Spy report. So it lets you spy on an enemy's library during war. So this is an interesting one. There are different places in the game where you can work on this. This basically means that you can kind of have an idea of how far in the library they've gone when you're scouting out the different enemies, the different bases. Here's another one over here. So this one lets you spy on the enemy's university during the war, which is good because you want to see how much they've worked on. Then there's this one here, which lets you spy on the enemy's museum. So it tells you kind of, how effective their museum is. So those are pretty nice to have, for sure. The other thing you want to look at is your museum yourself. So you have the main hall exhibits, and then you also have the World War Hall. Now, I haven't really done anything here. Obviously, I do have stuff in place, but I haven't really worked on it at all because I haven't done a war in, I would say, almost 2 years. In this game, you do have to have a certain amount of people in your alliance to be able to do a war. So if you don't have enough people, you can't do it. So let's see. So these ones that I have are 2 stars. That's highly, highly recommended. If you have 1 stars, keep summoning more to try to get a 2 star. So you'll see on the right side what you start out with. So this is all right. Let's see. Let me check out a different one here. Like this one isn't as great. There's only one that starts with -3% or +3%. I can definitely try to re-roll these at some point and try to get better things. This one also has only one that's a 3%. So not too amazing because they're all starting at 1%. Let me try this one here. This one's actually much better because this one has 3 that at the start you're at the 3% part. And that's kind of where you want to be. You want to have at least 2 of these categories that are at a 3% or -3% because you're getting a good jump start. Obviously, you want the categories to work for you too. So these all seem to be pretty good. But like I said, I haven't leveled them up. But you definitely don't want to have these empty. If you have the museum and you have the war hall active, make sure that you have these at least filled out. And if you're going to be playing wars regularly, that's where you're really going to hone in on these and try to work on leveling them up. So you can see I have a ton of these mysterious fragments because, like I said, I've been playing for quite a while, and you get them daily. So I've just been kind of accumulating them. So that's another thing there. The other thing that you want to do is you want to request troops. So I'm just going to say here, everyone request troops. Because you will actually be able to use those troops in the war. So that's just one other thing where everybody can request. If you're a much higher level civilization, you'll be able to donate higher level troops to the lower ones. The lower ones can send you some as well. And I think they upgrade up to industrial age if they're a much weaker one, if I remember correctly. Let's see, what was the other thing that you want to work on? I think those are like the big things. I know that there's stuff also in the library, but when you're prepping, for, these are all locked. I was gonna say when you're prepping for, sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. When you're prepping for a war, you're not gonna have like a ton of time to go through this stuff and say, hey, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that, I'm going to build the other thing. And why is that? These are all complete. So that is a thing. You're not going to automatically say, hey, I'm going to train this and train that to improve what I'm doing, because these take forever. So if you have a war about to start, you're not going to have enough time to work on these things. So level 9, where I am now, a lot, let's see, spoils of war, victory chests, stuff like that. So some of these here are going to be for higher level type things. So I'm probably going to start focusing on this again. So I'm going to take a look at that. Let's see. All right, cool. And I'm going to say request for what you need. Oops. Jesus, typing awful. All right. So long range shooters. So that would be for the British. All right. Those are the main things. you want to focus obviously on your offense and your defense real quick. Defense, there's not much you can do other than working on your war-based formation. But on offense, um, you might want to change or at least look at your wonders to make sure that they're meant for war. I might switch my nation, but I don't know. I kind of like it. So those are just the big things. Oh, I forgot one of them. Sorry. The embassy. If you have the embassy, look at your war coalitions. These are the ones that you're going to be able to use during war. So right now I have, what is this? Oh, right now I have the Americans. Increases factory, troop damage, and airplane health. Marines will join your coalition army forces during war attacks, and you get 4 of them. Americans factory troop damage is plus 10%. Airplane is plus 10%. Not bad. Although I'm not really using that many factory troops, but that's fine because I do use my saboteurs or commandos. So this is another part of the game where I haven't spent a lot of time because if you're not doing wars, you're not going to buy these things. They're not going to do anything for you. Actually, I have one of 2, so I'm going to buy another one, and I 100% I've already forgotten what the heck these different things do because, like I said, I haven't used them. Barracks, mercenary. Ooh, that's a nice one. Egyptians. Mm, mm, I think I'm going to try to be more offensive. Supply cart healing. Nope, I don't want that one. Aztecs, barracks, mercenary. I think I'm going to do that. That looks cool. And I'm just going to check this. Ooh, and I can upgrade them. That's really cool. All right, so I have to spend more attention on this. So I'm going to grab those 2. Now, to get all of these goods up here, you do get them when you're fighting just your regular battles. I'm going to click on the cheese. It says cheese can be gained from 3 to 5-star victories against the French, Germans, Chinese, or Romans in multiplayer battles. Can't be stolen, which is really good. Used to form war coalitions, which each of these, it shows you all the ones that require cheese, because that's what I'm looking at. And it also tells you what level these are. So this is something that I'm also going to focus on upgrading, because they are going to help me. Let's see. And some of these are full. So, okay. Prices change in 3 days, 10 hours. That's true. So some of the prices do change around depending on, I guess, world economy. And then there's all sorts of Filipinos, Ethiopians, Russians, Indians, Cherokee. Really cool. Let's see this one here. Porcelain can be gained from a 3 to 5-star victory against the Koreans, British, French, or Germans in multiplayer battles. Can't be stolen. Now, I'm thinking that since the Koreans is marked in yellow, I think that is the highest likelihood of getting it, or the majority of the time. That's who you want to go after. So that's a good thing to know. So the timber would be from the British. So when you're doing your regular battles every day, pay attention to which nation you're fighting, because that will give you an idea, or give you the, it'll actually tell you when you're doing the matchup, which of these goods you have a likelihood of getting, which is pretty cool. So like I said, it's something that I haven't focused on too much before, but if we start doing wars, I'm definitely going to be working on that. Going to put war base active for a few critic and comment. Okay, cool. So actually, let me go over here and check something out real quick. Okay. All right. Another thing actually that you could do is work on upgrading your alliance gate, because check this out. You upgrade this, it increases your alliance troop limit, and that's how many troops you can hold. So that's another thing to work on. So Nothing too crazy, you know. Um, but there's several things. I mean, there's even more stuff in the university that you can look at. Oh, I keep thinking of more stuff. This game has so much to it. The other thing that we've been working on is the Parliament. So we've been working on the Alliance speedups. But let's see right here, the war efforts. I think I'm going to flag this one. Highlight this law. I'm going to highlight this one because this actually helps you out. And this is the one where everybody in the alliance can contribute. You get a certain amount per day, and then this will switch to crowns. So be careful clicking it too often because it will stop. I forget how many times you can contribute. So oh, there we go. Okay. So let me just go back and see if that's highlighted. So 3 of 3. All right. So that's the one we're going to do. War efforts and alliance speedups. I'm just going to put that here. All right. All right, so that's a good thing there. Yeah, so those are the main things. The main one is definitely get your war base. You don't have a good war base, you're gonna get smoked. So focus on that. Make sure you have one set up before you even start the war or the matchmaking or anything like that. Second thing is to look at your coalitions, and if there's anything in here that looks good for you, make sure you have purchased it or whatever to be able to use for the war. Make sure you've requested donations and that everybody is good and that you put what you want if there's something specific that you want. But we need to make sure that everybody who's participating in the war has received something. Make sure you don't spend that unit in a battle before you go to war. Make sure that they're still in your base by the time the World War starts so that you can use them in the World War. Look at the university if you haven't had a chance already. I know there's more than just this one, but the spy report is really nice because it will give you a lot of information. So I have the money, so I'm going to do that and have them work on that. That's fine. Let's see. I'm going to double check and see if anybody else has something similar. Coalition troop damage, so that could be a good one too. Coalition troop hit points. That's a tough one. That's going to be very expensive. It's going to take a while to get to that one, but that's going to help you in that regard. Let's see if there's anything else in here. It's all fighter stuff. Let's see. No, blessings don't do nothing. Nope. Just scrolling through these just really quickly. Porcelain chance, that's a pretty decent one. Army library tech cost. Ooh, that's an interesting one too. Let's see down here. Now, these are very expensive to work on, so they're going to take you a long time. That's economy type stuff. T chance could be a good one to get more to help you with diplomacy. Let's see. Forest defenders could be a good one because they're going to participate in the wars as well. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. Mysterious fragments increase. So if you are struggling with those fragments, this is a good one to do. So you'll get more. War Academy reduce citizens. Nice. Generals are usually pretty good in the World War, so that could be a good one too. Mercenary hit points, nice. Ultimate Tactician on the bottom will let you use him as your, what is it called? I'm just going to go in here again. As one of your generals. So that's how you get that. Mercenaries, yes. So that was it. Just a quick thing there. Like I said, I'm excited about the Alliance. We got a lot more members now, and we are going to get started in our first World War. Probably in the next couple days. I want to make sure everybody is where they want to be, and that they're fully prepped. And then we'll do a matchup. So maybe tomorrow we'll initiate the World War and get matched up. But we'll see. But like I said, we're pretty excited about it, and I think it's going to be a mess, like a crazy mess. But we'll learn a lot, and then we'll take it from there, and we'll learn from that. So pretty excited. So thanks again for checking us out. If you are still looking for an alliance, come check us out over here at Newbie Squad. We still have more slots, of course. And we could definitely use more people that are active and that are going to be in the wars. So thanks for watching.